I'm Tom Haley, and this is Bluegrass Region Voices and Views. I'm experimenting with my GoPro camera. Let's walk about 3.3 miles or a 5K on Beaumont Trail in West Lexington. I parked in the Cardinal Run Park South lot off Parker's Mill Road. The entrance to Beaumont Trail is located behind the ball fields and the two concession stands. We'll walk up this path between the two ballpark areas and come out on the trail. Then I'll speed the video up by about 4 times normal, and we'll be back here in approximately 20 minutes. I'll describe more about this local treasure as we walk. Let's go. So here is our starting point. The parking lot is behind me and to my right. Here on the right are the 6 ball fields and the concession stand, and we're going to walk up this path that will take us between the 2 main ballpark areas and bring us right out on Beaumont Trail. We could have walked up through that concession area near where I parked, but I usually avoid that. Avoid all the people that are up there when ball games are going on. So we're going to turn right down here. This building on the left, when they were building that, they built 2 of them. I thought they were picnic pavilions, but they're batting practice structures with a lot of netting and so on the inside. So we are still on the Cardinal Run Park South. When we come out at this tree line up here, we will turn to the right and we will be on the Beaumont Trail. We'll turn right here. And we are headed toward a horse farm straight ahead. It's the Rose Hill Annex. There'll be a fence there, and that's where we will turn around. But it's really enjoyable a lot of days to stop and look over that fence and see some of the horses at the Rose Hill Horse Farm Annex. The main Rose Hill Horse Farm is over behind Keeneland. So you can see the fence coming up. And again, a lot of times, like I say, I stop there and just enjoy the scenery. We're going to turn around. Didn't see any horses today. On the right is the Beaumont Residential subdivision. Beautiful homes. I really like the black horse farm fences along both sides of the path. And there's a beautiful tree canopy as well that's well maintained. Although when it's very windy, I don't come up here and walk. Even as well maintained as the trees are, that you will, of course, find limbs on the trail. There's been some heavy winds, and I don't want to get clunked in the head by a limb, so I don't come up here when it's windy. So the ballpark's on the left and the residential area on the right. There are benches along the way, 3, maybe even 5. I think there'll be like 5 benches, 5 areas with benches. And coming up on the right is an area called the Beaumont Preserve, and we're going to go off to the right and walk around that clockwise and then come back on this main trail. So this is right over here on the right is the Beaumont Preserve, and I'll put a picture up here from maps that shows the area that I'm talking about. It has this area of trees down in the kind of a bowl-shaped area, and we're going to be walking counterclockwise around that and come back on the main trail. Always hopeful that I'll see some wildlife down there, like fox or something, but I haven't yet. So we're going to take a right here and head down there. What? There's some wildlife, not foxes. Those really aren't any buffalo down here. That was sort of my version of a dad joke. They've got this well cut here in May of 2024. Sometimes they let this grow, so I'm sure that's intentional. It's to probably for letting the seeds, let it naturally seed itself, I suppose. Then there's an area that goes off to the right, which you might have noticed on the map. And we're going to come here around to the left and then go clockwise around that part of the field. We'll come back here in a moment. This helps get that extra time that we need to actually do a 3.1 mile walk. We're going to turn to the right and pass this bench area a second time. And so we had turned here to the right before, but now we're going to go off to the left. So now we're in new territory. Again, homes on the right and the tree preserve area on the left. Another bench, more benches than I realized. Trash cans along the way too. So now if we had turned right there, we would have gone right up to the Rosa Parks Elementary School. We went left and we're heading back to the main path, where we'll turn right. this is where we'll head right back to the main path. Went around the lady with her dog there. Boy, people walk fast. Coming out on the main path, and we will turn right. We had come here from the left. Another bench. Right by that bench area, they have a box on a pole that contains dog bags to pick up after your dog. There are about 3 of those along the way. We've walked 2 dogs on this path over the years. We had a golden retriever named Duke that really enjoyed the path. So another bench, and then this is where we're going to turn right. Now, had we kept going straight there, we would have gone behind a retail area. The first thing we would have passed would have been post office on the right, and then some retail areas with some office buildings. And had we walked up through the post office and come out in the parking lot on the other side of it, we would have seen Kroger. Second dog we walked was Reese. Reese was a German Shepherd Chow mix. You really become aware of how many squirrels there are out here when you're walking a dog. So we're going to come out down here on Beaumont Center Lane, which is the main route that comes in from Man of War and goes into the middle of the Beaumont Center area. And we could cross over Beaumont Center Lane and continue on a beautiful path on the other side, but I typically don't do that. I'm usually, if I can get in a 5K, a 3.1 to approximately 3.1 mile walk, that suffices for me. I have enjoyed it when I've crossed over and done the other part, but we won't be doing that today. So here's where we're coming out, where these 2 posts are with horse heads on them, and we're going to turn around, but we'll just slow down here and take a look. We could go straight ahead, as I said, over the crosswalk. That's toward Man of War. We go to the left, that takes us down to the Kroger area. But we're going to continue here on the trail. And like I say, they have these signs along the way that you can look at and get the details about the path. So we're headed back now. So we're going to come out on the trail where we turn to the left. If we turn to the right, that would take us up behind the post office, the retail area that way. But we are going to continue to the left. There was a bench and a trash can there. That's where you turn right when you're coming back through here the first time. There to the left, that's where we walked around the Beaumont Preserve area. Ran into the buffalo. There's a bench there. I like these benches with backs. I don't get the point of a bench without a back. My back needs to lean back and rest. One of those concession area restroom buildings will be coming up here on the right. We'll pass that. See it there on the right. This is another view of it. And a sign and a bench and a dog bag holder. We'll be making a right turn here and heading back past the batting practice building and turning left and back to the car. Over on the left at that ball field, there's one of those alarm systems for natural disasters and so on. And the guy in this truck was working on that and it went off. Man, it was loud when you're this close to it. Turn to the left, and we're in the home stretch here. Beautiful, very well maintained ball fields, 8 of them. Well, thank you so much for joining me on this 5K walk. I hope that you've maybe learned of a place here in Lexington that you might enjoy visiting and stretching your legs. Thank you so much.